Hello there. This is a video response to Moses about input and output of the language. So someone asked him about Japanese. How come that you cannot speak basic Japanese after studying 10 months? So here is my opinion about it. So there are a lot of possibilities. Maybe this person learned the wrong way, so he focused too much on grammar, and he knows how grammar works, but he doesn't know how to apply it when it comes to speak, to output, not to write, because when you write you have time to think about it, but when you have to speak, it's real. And when you speak, for instance, English, your native language, you will never have to think that to grammar rules. This is so unnatural, thinking about grammar rules when you speak to someone in real situation. When I speak my mother tongue, THU or French, I will never think about grammar because it's so natural to speak without grammar. So don't focus on grammar. This is very important at the beginning. And then maybe he didn't listen enough. I remember I used Assimil Japanese, and in 3 months I just studied one book of just formats, a maybe A4, I don't know, very small pocket books, and 300 pages, and I wasn't able to speak it because I was discovering how things were working in the text, like the wa of watashi wa, the wa, or the o particles, like watashi no kuruma o agemasu. Watashi no kuruma o agemasu. This O, I had some troubles, and I had some troubles with koto. For instance, 生で食べることができるんですけど、これはちょっと危ないです。This was an example of koto. I was not familiar with to use this koto because I don't have this in all the languages I know. And right now I will start with Korean instead of Thai because Korean is so close to Japanese grammar. So I want to learn Korean. It's like very interesting for me. I like Korean, and yeah, I want to say that if you want to get some input in Japanese, you should own Pimsleur Japanese. Pimsleur Japanese is so great. I listened to 45 hours of Japanese with Pimsleur Japanese 1, 2, and 3. 45 hours of Japanese, and this input was great. You learn grammar through examples. You don't really learn grammar. You just listen to it and you just absorb all the stuff. It gets into the back of your mind, and one day you will be able to speak it out, and this is very good. So I was able to speak some basic sentences when I finished Pimsleur, but I had to increase my vocabulary, sentence structure. So as I said before, I used this book. This is a really good book. This book is for everyone who has an intermediate level, who knows how the basic grammar of Japanese works, and who did Genki 1 and 2 can maybe learn with this book. This is really great, and I just download. No, I made some copies because I went to the Japanese embassy here in Brussels, and this is so great. You have maybe 3,000 books to learn Japanese because or read Japanese. It's a library. So you gotta just find a library in a Japanese library in your city. I'm sure you'll find it because Japanese language is kind of international. Everyone's learning it since it's so popular. Akihabara, Tokyo, and all this stuff. So you will find it if you search, and you have to speak it whenever you have the opportunity. I know that when I was learning with my Asimil book, I wasn't able to speak, but I spoke what I could say. I just said, "私はお茶を欲しいんです." And then, if you practice what you learn at the restaurant, when you go to Japanese associations where you have to meet, where you just bump into Japanese friends and you make friends, and it's so great, when you find people to practice with. But the case of the person is even better. His wife is Japanese, so you can train every day. So if you have enough input like books and just read and write a little bit, and listen a lot, listen and understand what you listen is very important, and then you'll see it's a natural process of like Steve Kaufman said it. Steve Kaufman, I really like his method. I'm using his method. I didn't knew it. I didn't know it, but when I was reading his blog, it's so interesting. So I discovered that learning languages was a matter of input and not a matter of output. You don't learn the language by speaking it. You learn the language by listening, and then speaking, and reproduce what you learn. And yeah, you just have to don't focus on grammar, because Japanese grammar is very difficult. Just get used to it by reading. I didn't know that I had to put ga before arimasu or all those stuffs, but now I can use it. Because I just uh, learned it through the texts, so I can use it. I know when I have to say no, wa, watashi wa, this wa I know, and it's very useful for Korean because it's the same system like 저는. If I didn't know Japanese, I will wonder what is this nun after cha. Cha means I, and nun is the same as wa in Japanese for the subject, and I just know it. Or also, when you say 화장실 이 어디에 있어요? This 이 화장실이 어디에 있어요? I think this E is the same function. I'm not sure if you speak Korean, or if you are a native Korean speaker. Please tell me what is this E when I said 화장실이 어디에 있어요? And some words are so similar, Korean and Chinese. It's so we say in Chinese for vowels we say mu ing, and in Korean they say mu It's so similar. We say for bathroom we say 化妆室. This is not very common, but we can say this. We say 厕所. This is common, but in Korean they say 化妆실, and it's so similar to Chinese. So I think I'm studying Korean with a friend, a good friend of mine, and he's Cantonese native speaker, and I will learn with him Korean, and we will learn together Korean. This is one of our patient, and we will do it for maybe 1 year, and we'll see. So goodbye.